Hello, anybody that might be watching this. It's Ken again. Um, Usually I don't blog or vlog for that matter very much because I really don't have a good topic or anything, to talk about. But this past week or so I've had a lot of stuff to talk about, and then I just basically was too lazy to make a video or something like that. So I'm basically just gonna talk and I'm gonna wing it and put it up. So, first thing, um, I tried this new cookie or something. I like to call them air cookies because, you eat them and you feel like you ate nothing. But they are, I don't know if you can see that. Banira doa, what does that say? Hang on. I'm trying to look at the camera too because I can't see it from the back. Banira doan. Oh, Vanilla Rowan. Okay, whatever that means. It's made by a company called Bourbon. And Bourbon is like this Japanese company that makes Japanese snacks that I know of anyway. And almost every single one of their products, or every single one of their products, is like really good. I guess they're really careful about what they put their name on since they built up a reputation or something. I already ate all of them. It was like, all of these air cookies, as I like to call them. There was like, what, 8 packages of 2, so there was basically 16 air cookies. And you eat them all and you feel like you ate nothing, which actually might be a good thing, because that's what a dessert should be, right? It's not for, like, filling you up or anything. And they do taste pretty good. Not like those sugar attacks from American snacks. Yeah, I'm kind of biased towards American snacks, though, because I haven't really had anything that's good. Oh, my fan's speeding up. I think my computer's overheating or something. Oh well, that's why it's speeding up, right? Okay, the thing is, one of my fans on the right, it kind of tends to grind after a certain speed, so hopefully it doesn't speed up that much. What else? Oh, I think yesterday, maybe the day before, I was driving down to San Jose, as usual. I live in San Francisco, and I was driving down to San Jose, and it's kind of hard to describe, but I was driving in a lane that was fast, I guess. Oh, there goes the fan. I hope it doesn't ruin the audio. And the left lane was going really slow, and so we were zooming by, and then one guy or girl, it was a guy, decides to suddenly cut really fast when I was in their blind spot, I guess, or I guess they just didn't check at all. That's what I really think. And so I had to brake really hard to not hit him, and afterwards I didn't even honk. It was like, what's the point? It was like, okay, that happens every day. Even though it doesn't, but it kind of felt like, didn't hit him. Life goes on. Kind of a thing. And I really, thought it over for like the next 10 seconds. And then I decided to catch up to him and give him a quick honk. So, he probably didn't even know what the hell I was honking for, or didn't even notice I honked at him. But anyways, yeah, it was no big deal. It didn't really bother me that much, but, it was, I guess it wasn't super duper close either. I did have to brake pretty hard, but it wasn't like, tire screeching hard or anything. Yeah. Oh, last Tuesday, I think? Something like that. I came back from school a little bit early, so I went out with my friend Blian. That's not a mistake, by the way. His name is Blian, with Blian. Yeah, seriously. I think it's a cool name, to be honest. Anyway, we went to this French restaurant near my house. It was like this hidden place. And we made reservations like 30 minutes in advance. And when we went to that area where the restaurant was supposed to be, we couldn't find it. So we actually came back to my house and re-looked it up on the internet, got the address, and went back. And it turns out we like drove by it like 3 times. It was just really hard to see because it looked like a hole in the wall or an apartment or something. But then there was this drape on. After you go in the front door, immediately first thing you see is this big drape. And then when you open the drape, you're like, I opened the drape and like 2 feet in front of me there was like a person eating dinner, and they didn't even look over at me like, wow, somebody just opened the drape right in front of me. They were just like, oh, this happens all the time, I'm totally going to ignore him because it's normal and I didn't even notice him opening the drape, kind of a thing. So all of a sudden you're past the drape and you're like awkwardly standing dead smack in the middle of a restaurant, which I thought was kind of, it was like a whole different world inside of this like crummy looking regular building opening. I thought you open the drape and it looks like you're suddenly going to be an antique store or something with nobody in there except one granny sitting behind the counter at the very back. But instead you're like in this, it wasn't like da 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 or anything, but French restaurant, very packed. It was covered in customers, and we were just kind of awkwardly standing in the middle there, right behind the drape, and then somebody came to us and like, very nice, very well trained, good service staff, and they brought us to a table, and my friend happens to be a little big. He's not really fat, he's just big by nature. He's like 6'1", 240 pounds or something. He's just big boned. He's not really that fat. Anyways, but he's big, kind of like Shaq. He's a big, bulky guy, and he couldn't get into the seat, so the waiter moved the table for him. It was actually, yeah, the small little touches that I don't even notice in the expensive restaurants that I also go to. Yeah, but I have connections. I don't actually pay for them most of the time. Anyways, I'm not a food critic or anything, but let's just say I am, so that'll be my reason why I have inside connections. Anyway, and also, when I was sitting down, the guy, put my coat on the chair for me and stuff, and I don't think that happens really even in, Morton Steakhouse or something downtown. Not that I like that place that much, it's just steak. Which steak I don't consider as like a gourmet meal or anything. It's just a slab of meat cooked a certain way with some béarnaise sauce, which is basically improved mayonnaise. That's what it tastes like. It's just like cocktail sauce is chilled ketchup that's been slightly modified to produce more torque in your mouth or something. Anyways, I can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the French restaurant. It was good. It was like, $30 to $40 a meal. And it was the quality of a downtown French restaurant, which was like $60-$80 a person. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the main course, I can't remember what it was. I think it was fish. Really good. Yeah, I would go back there again. It's called Chapeau, and it's in 15th Avenue and Clement in San Francisco. Very hard to find. But you could look it up on Yelp or something. That's where we found it. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if you guys use Yelp or not, but it's kind of good for looking up some stuff, like businesses or restaurants or something. It's not really comprehensive because it's pretty new right now, but it's a good way to look up some places to, if you need your car fixed or if you want to go to a restaurant. And the great thing about Yelp is that every person that reviews somewhere, it could be anything. You could review the Golden Gate Bridge. In fact, there's plenty of reviews for it. But, the thing is, the reviewers also get reviews, or, they have a profile, so they actually have, brackets on your name, and 83, it's like a feedback rating almost if you're into eBay. And, it shows you how many reviews they did and stuff, so you can't really, promote your own business by signing up for 5 different names and putting 5 different reviews. It would be obvious, because all of the users would only have a 1 next to their